There was a big hearing last week before Judge Emmett Sullivan. It went on about an hour and a half, and then we had to wait for Judge Sullivan to compose his ruling. There were 8 lawyers on the other side, and I was there as the client, representing Judicial Watch, and our attorney Mike Bekesha, who you talked to about this case as well, represented Judicial Watch quite ably in this. We're trying to get Hillary Clinton to answer some basic questions under oath in writing. We've already been granted the ability to get some of that information from her back in 2016. She refused to answer some key questions, so we were in court fighting about that. And it was, we did win in the sense that the real big question we had for her was, tell us about the Clinton email system, how it was created, why it was created, who did it, you know, the basic details. And she didn't want to answer that. And so we won. And now she'll have to answer that within 30 days. I guess the 30 days runs the middle of next month. But what was extraordinary about that hearing, it's one thing to have Hillary Clinton's lawyers come in and argue that she shouldn't have to answer these basic questions. It's another thing to see the State Department, represented by Justice Department attorneys, tell the court that we shouldn't be able to get additional information, basic information about how her email system was set up and run. So, as I said earlier, it is interesting and frustrating and outrageous that this Justice Department and State Department are still protecting and defending Hillary Clinton. And I've made this point in other places, and at the same time, President Trump is trying to figure out how to answer dozens of questions, 24 questions given to him by the Justice Department about a crackpot conspiracy theory called the Russia collusion scandal. And yet the same Justice Department is protecting Hillary Clinton from answering, what, 1, 2, 3 questions by Judicial Watch.
So this Justice Department, it's 2 years into the Trump presidency. This Justice Department has undergone a lot of turmoil, as in like people going in and out. Why are there people still there protecting Hillary Clinton 2 years into a Trump presidency where we've had a Republican control the House, Senate, the presidency? What do you think needs to be done to make this stop and maybe see a little bit of justice done?
Well, one way to think about it is there's the Republican approach and then there's the Judicial Watch approach. The Republican approach is don't make waves. Oh, we don't want to prosecute Hillary Clinton because then people who are powerful in the Republican Party may get similarly prosecuted. Or we just don't want to make waves generally because we don't like the politics of scandal. It always comes back to bite Republicans. Judicial Watch has this approach is that because no one's above the law, when you have egregious violations of law, as was evident with Hillary Clinton, it's incumbent upon the government to do what the law requires and not to give her a special dispensation, like get out of jail free card, whatever you want to call it. Don't let her get away with it because anyone else similarly situated wouldn't get away with it. And let's hope there's more of a Judicial Watch approach at the Justice Department. But in the meantime, we'll do the work. You know, we're asking Hillary Clinton some questions. We have another judge, Judge Royce Lamberth, who is considering whether to allow us to bring Mrs. Clinton in and question her in person under oath.
Wow.
And which I'm sure will do a better job than others have in questioning her about the email issues.
So with this, what do you think the chances are this actually happens, where she comes in and answers?
Well, the facts and the law are on our side. The Judge Lamberth has already ruled that we can get discovery. Okay. The question is he going to bring Hillary Clinton in? He had a hearing. I think we had 4 Clinton email hearings in the last month. 4 Clinton email hearings.
Wow.
So as Congress is off campaigning, the Justice Department is harassing President Trump. We're doing the work on Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
And Judge Lamberth had one of these hearings, and he was very upset at the government because the State Department had messed with his court, gave him false information, and he was upset with Mrs. Clinton's participation in that scheme.